So I got to go back through those S-turns. Woo! And you give this the power, and it just wants to go. Hello, and welcome back to Brink of Speed. My name is Mike, and today I will be reviewing this beautiful 2004 Porsche 911 Turbo Cab and showing you all the reasons why you will want to add this car to your Porsche collection. Now, in 2001, when this car went on sale, it was already way ahead of its time. Partially because of its sleek, high-performance design, but mainly because of its beautiful twin-turbo, 3.6-liter, dual overhead cam, 6-cylinder engine that had a mind-blowing 415 horsepower and 415 foot-pounds of torque, enabling this car to do 0 to 60 in just 4.2 seconds. And a top speed of 190 miles an hour. Yes, that's correct, folks. You heard me right. This car does 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds and 190 miles an hour. It also has a very sophisticated all-wheel drive system, which makes you feel very safe on the road. Mainly, it gives you great handling in whatever conditions you find yourself in. And it also helps you put down 100% of that 415 horsepower and 415 foot-pounds of torque to the road, which is why this car was and still is wanted by most car enthusiasts. Starting with the front here, as I said before, it has a sleek, high-performance design. Those big, huge air intakes in the front and the front splitter give it the aerodynamics it needs to cut through the wind. A beautifully shaped hood. And of course, the side of this thing is extremely sleek also. You got the giant air intakes on the sides, leading back here to the engine bay. You have an active aero spoiler that pops up at around 60 miles an hour to help give you even more control on the road. It's got beautiful dual exhaust. This car comes with a soft convertible top, and it also comes with a hard convertible top. Up front in the trunk, it looks like a 6-disc CD changer and sun visors in this great bag. The rear engine compartment is extremely tight, as you can see. Look at that. That is a sweet little air intake right there, going straight into the air filter box. That's pretty sweet. All right, getting into the inside. First thing I want to point out is the beautiful gauges. They're very race-like, so I really like that. The steering wheel, you guys know I'm going to love that because it's got the bolstering on each side for a good grip there on the racetrack. This car comes fully loaded. The interior, it's kind of like a tannish, brownish interior, but it is beautiful. The whole thing is wrapped in leather. Even the front here, dash, the doors are all wrapped in leather. Even down here where the controls are for the seat, trunk, and then hood, it's all leather. Obviously you're going to have carpet down below. All the window instruments are right here in the center console. This car came with a 6-speed manual transmission or auto with the Tiptronic. It also has a beautiful 12-speaker Bose radio system in it. So the sound is absolutely incredible. Now, as far as the back seat goes, you're not going to get too big of a person in the back seat back there, but it does have a couple of seats for you if you wanted to. Up here on the top where your auto dimming mirror is, you also have, a beautiful lighting system. And then of course your removable top is there, and your removable top is fully electronic. So you just hit that button right there and you're good to go. It also has Porsche system management in it, and that's this button right here. If you turn that button off, what you're going to get is 0 traction control and 0 stability control. So you're only going to want to do that if you're out on the racetrack and you know what you're doing. That's the only time you want to do that. Other than that, you want to leave that pressed because it's going to give you even more wonderful handling in this car out on the road. Especially if you run into wet weather, or if you're brave enough to drive this in the ice and the snow. It's going to handle wonderfully in both of those scenarios. These seats are absolutely gorgeous. They are fully wrapped leather sport bucket seats, as you can see. The front seat is fully automatic power. You have a little bit of storage right here. You can store a few things in there. Obviously, it's not very big. This center console is pretty much a joke, but you can store a couple things in there. We're gonna go for a ride and I will talk to you about the car as I drive it. So first off, just getting in the car and getting in the seat and getting situated and comfortable. It is very, very sporty. Make no mistake, this car is definitely meant for the track. The seats hug you really well, top and bottom. The suspension is a Sport Tune chassis, so it's very stiff, and the steering wheel is quite stiff. You can tell it's rack and pinion steering, so you don't have any power steering at all. It's just full sport rack and pinion steering. As I showed you, the instrument gauges give off that sporty racetrack feel also. And of course the engine does. The clutch is very long, which I'm actually surprised about, because usually cars like this have little bit shorter clutches. You guys can see the rear view. It looks really cool back there, and I'll show you something that looks even cooler, and that is right there. Look at that. That active aero wing comes up when you press the button, and that's really, really awesome. It gives you even more stability on the road, you know, of course at faster speeds. At speeds like this, it doesn't do anything except for making the car look really cool. You can see just by my cameras the way that they're moving around, and they are bolted down very well, or clamped down I should say very well, that this car is stiff. Just on a 30-mile-an-hour road, it drives, you know, fairly smooth. If the road was a little more smooth, it would be a better drive, but you really don't feel like you're in a 415 horsepower car that, you know, has twin turbos right back there and can do 190 miles an hour. It doesn't feel that way. It's very driver friendly. Look at this. That was a neat little curve. But then of course we've got this dip that we got to worry about. As you can see, it really corners well. And you know, as I said in the beginning, you can really use all 415 horsepower because of the all-wheel drive. So this car is no joke. It does exactly what it's supposed to do, which is corner well, accelerate well, and give you all the handling that you need to give you the confidence to take this either to the track or on a spirited road like this and have a little fun. I think I have to do that drive again. So I gotta go back through those S-turns. Woo! And you give this the power, and it just wants to go. Love it. I mean, as you can hear, this car gets aggressive when you tell it to. And here's that crazy dip again. Well, that was fun. So that gives you an idea of how spirited this car can be. I told you guys about the Sport Tune suspension. It also has, or Sport Tune chassis. It also has independent front and rear suspension, which helps hugely when taking corners, because that independent suspension helps all four tires to be gripping the road equally, which is exactly what you want. And then when it comes to what those tires are sitting on, this car has 18-inch wheels all the way around, which is very nice. And it has huge, I believe they're 13.4-inch ventilated and drilled disc brakes. And man, the stopping power in this car is phenomenal. So as you can see, this car comes stock, ready to go to the racetrack. So I'm going to go ahead and take this car to the highway and show you guys a little bit of highway driving. You know, I could see myself owning a car just like this, or this car, because it's got all the power you really need, and there's something to be said about that. So I'm in 6th gear going about 74 miles an hour, and I mean, this car rides like a dream. It still has plenty of power. If I roll into it, there's 90 miles an hour just like that. So it has all the power you need, and it's smooth on the highway. It's not loud. That engine back there actually quiets down enormously when you're in 6th gear and on the highway. And for being a soft top, it's actually quieter than I thought it was going to be on the highway. This is definitely a car that you are going to want to add to your Porsche collection if you like Porsches. It is a very low mileage car. It's, again, a 2004. It only has 13,000 and some change original miles on it. So it's, you know, very well kept car. No one abused it. It's probably never even seen the track. And so it's just, it is an absolute pleasure to drive, to look at, to show off to your friends. This is the car you want, especially if you can't go out and purchase the new Porsche Turbo. A lot of people can't afford that thing. It's, you know, it's well over $100,000. And so to find an earlier model like this that's 14 years old, it only has, like I said, 13,000 plus miles on it, and everything is in immaculate condition. The paint, the interior, you can tell the drivetrain, the engine, the turbos, everything is just beautiful in this car. Even this soft top. It's definitely a car that you're going to want to check out. So with all that being said, make sure and go to texasmotorworks.com. Again, that is texasmotorworks.com, and this car will be listed on that website for sale. If you're interested in buying it, contact Dick Brink, and I'll put all of his information in the description below. So that, and the website will be in the description below. His email will be in the description below. All of my contact will be in the description below as usual. And guys, thanks a lot for coming along with me on this beautiful review. And if you like this review, make sure and give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. And as always, make sure and hit that subscribe button and the little bell button right next to it so that you're notified when I put out new content. Other than that, you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and I hope to see you out on the road.